Early in 2012, Carol asked me where I wanted to go for vacation that year. I told her that I didn't care. Since we had gone to Hawaii for our honeymoon and I had picked Alaska the year before, I told her that it was her turn to pick a place to go. She said that she didn't know where to go, so I let the subject drop. A few weeks later, I asked Carol if she had decided where she wanted to go for vacation. Again, she said that she didn't know where to go. Getting frustrated, I told Carol that we could put the names of all of the states other than Hawaii and Alaska into a bowl, mix them up, and then draw a state from the bowl. Carol said that she didn't think we could do that. I reassured her that we could, so while she thought about it, I went and downloaded a list of states from the internet. Then I cut this list into small strips of paper and folded each strip in half. All of the strips were placed into a bowl, and then I held the bowl above Carol's head and asked her to pick a piece of paper from the bowl. This is a reenactment of the actual drawing, but Carol chose
North Carolina, here we come.
We flew to Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday, August 18, 2012. From Charlotte, we drove east 5.5 hours to the Atlantic coast. We stayed in a small motel along the ocean side in a town called Atlantic Beach. Atlantic Beach is located on a long strip of land known as the Outer Banks that is situated just off the North Carolina coast. The Outer Banks are made up of many small islands, some accessible by bridge while others are only accessible by ferry. Here is the view from our third floor motel room. On August 19th, we took a relaxing walk along the beach, people watching and looking for seashells. Later we explored the town of Atlantic Beach. Carol likes to visit old lighthouses, so on August 20th we took a 40-minute ferry boat ride to Ocracoke Island to see a lighthouse. Here is another ferry boat traveling in the opposite direction. This is a map of Ocracoke Island. This is a 75-foot tall Ocracoke lighthouse built in 1823. This lighthouse is not open to the public. Next we drove north along the coast till we found another ferry that took us to the Cape Hatteras Island. On Cape Hatteras Island we saw the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, which is 187 feet tall and was built in 1802. This is the tallest lighthouse in the United States. There are 248 steps up the steep spiral staircase. After touring the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, we continued north up the coast until we came to a bridge that led us to Bodie Island. Bodie Island Lighthouse is 156 feet tall and was built in 1872. This lighthouse was also closed to renovation. On August 21st, we left Atlantic Beach and drove 7 hours west to Asheville, North Carolina. We stopped several times along the way, but this was primarily a travel day. On August 22nd, we toured Biltmore Estates near Asheville, North Carolina. Biltmore Estates was built by George Vanderbilt of the famous Vanderbilt family between 1889 and 1895. We took a 4-hour walking tour of the 175,000 square foot living space, but no pictures were allowed inside. This place has 250 rooms and 43 bathrooms. We were able to take pictures outside of the garden area. On August 23rd, we drove to the Blue Ridge Mountains on the western border of North Carolina. The Blue Ridge Mountains got their name because of the blue haze that blankets the scenery most of the time. We hiked to Mingo Falls. We saw elk grazing in the Smoky Mountain National Park. We walked 30 minutes to see this waterfall. Carol says, "It's ice cold." This waterfall was an additional 45 minutes past the previous falls. We visited Mount Mitchell. At 6,684 feet, it's the highest peak east of the Mississippi River. This is a view from Mount Mitchell. We visited the 400-foot Crabtree Falls. Much of the 400 feet is hidden by the trees. This is Linville Falls. Late on August 24th, in preparation for a flight home on August 25th, we returned to Charlotte. The next morning, before an afternoon flight, we visited Latta Plantation. The Latta family owned this plantation from 1800 to 1830. Slaves worked the land. This was the carriage house at Latta Plantation. This was the caretaker's cabin. Carol and I have now visited 3 states together. She agrees that it was fun to pick a random state out of a bowl and then use the internet to plan a vacation. If you like this video, please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified of future videos. Thank you.